Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Paul and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball chat.
Greetings, sports fans. Welcome to BCN Sports Halftime Show. My name is Benton. I am running the show today. I am running solo until Junior joins in. Let me get this camera set up a little bit. Just set that camera there. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Marcus Collins of Bright Idea Sports is supposed to join us. Was supposed to join us. Here's Junior jumping on right now. Marcus Collins of Bright Idea Sports was supposed to join us to discuss NFL football, but not hearing from Marcus. So we're just going to do what we normally do. Hopefully Marcus is doing well. Junior is on. Junior, Wagwan, how you stay?
Everything good, I just leaving practice, so getting ready for the playoffs this weekend. So
Playoffs. A season just start.
No. The AAU season hasn't started yet. The winter season is finishing. So
Okay. Well. Good luck. Good luck in the playoffs. And any tips you want to give give us a secret formula, the secret recipe to win in the playoffs, Junior?
well, to make it related to football, a coach can only do so much, but a player is only responsible to bring energy and to bring attentiveness. We don't need anything else. We just need your attention and energy. And once we create a synergy, we'll be all right.
Junior, you've been saying this about coach. Coaches can only do so much for the last few months. Now it makes sense. You try to absolve yourself of any sort of responsibilities.
If
things go sideways this weekend in the playoffs.
No. One thing about me, I'm on the court with my players. It's five players on the court. For people who don't know, I coach basketball. So it's five people on the court. I am the sixth person on the court.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to team. What's the name of the team?
Alpharetta Lady Raiders.
All right. Good luck to the. I know your daughter is the star of the team, right?
No, she's the youngest. She's a fourth grader playing with sixth graders.
Okay. So no family sort of bias are going.
No. That's why everybody loves me. I'm not a dad coach.
All right, let's get to our halftime show. By the way, big up to those on the live. Big up to the new subscribers. Always big up. Thank you for joining us again. Apologies, fans. For those of you who are fans of NFL football who want to watch our content, we normally have Marcus Collins of Bright Idea Sports joining in at this time to discuss NFL football, and it's a big week in the NFL. It's the Super Bowl on Sunday. Marcus is missing. Hopefully Marcus all right. You don't know. Chat safely out the road, Marcus. Big up yourself. Chat safely.
Who you got? Who you got this weekend, Beton?
I don't have anyone, brother. I don't watch them when I sports. I will watch the game. You know what? I will take it a little bit political and take the left coast team.
Well, yeah, you're taking the Seahawks.
And that's who I hope will win. But let's see if they actually win the game. Who do you have? The Patriots versus the Seahawks. Seahawks being the left coast team.
I'm going with the Patriots because I'm a defensive guy. Everything about me is defense. So defense. I
am anti Bob Kraft and anything Bob Kraft and anti New England Revolutions.
So you're happy to see that Bob Kraft also got they didn't put him in the Hall of Fame as well. So
actually, I don't even know why he was even considered.
Well, owners going to the Hall of Fame as well.
Why is that even important? Why are owners in the Hall of Fame?
Well, that gives owners things to aspire to. That kind of help the league to keep going, because you have some owners out there that see it as a money-making thing. So they just keep the team afloat while you have some owners that want to be competitive. So you try to foster competitive natures.
All right. Here, there you go. So I didn't pay much attention to the to the whole lack of Hall of Fame thing. No, I'm not really pay much attention to it. But hey, you know what? Keep him out. I don't care.
Yeah.
But more importantly though, big up BM, big up. We'll get to the real football discussion in a second. But one thing I wanted to ask Marcus, if he does join in, and if he's listening, hopefully he's alright again. But I will go ahead and ask you this whole Atlanta Falcons issue and discussions. President of football, Matt Ryan, for the Atlanta Falcons, we're in the ATL, of course, came out and did an interview yesterday and said that Mike Penix, he was asked if Mike Penix Jr. will be the starter next year. Of course, Mike Penix suffered an ACL injury and he's rehabbing. Probably projected return time is 9 months. The new president of the Atlanta football operation, Mr. Matt Ryan, deflected the question and said, we have to go into the roster. We have to look deep and rare. Now fast forward to the Mike Penix Jr. posted on social media a lengthy post about survival and struggle, and people doubted him and all sorts of things. What can you unpack? What, since Marcus is not here and you're the football head also, can you unpack what exactly is going on here?
Well, look, I won't even try to pretend to be Marcus. Marcus will give a more in-depth analysis. But look at it. Since we try to be soccer related, right? Let's look at it from a soccer perspective, from our football perspective. So you have a new leadership coming, coach, head of scouting, whatever. You got rid of your old brass. Your new brass is coming in. The player that everybody was behind is now injured, right? And you have an injury record. It's kind of not fair to ask the new guy coming in if he's going to commit to the injury-prone player who, by the way, because of his playing, is why that new person was hired for the job. So it's almost like you're asking the new president, you're asking Matt Ryan if he should trust the person who got the person who you are replaced fired. Would you trust that person with your job? I remember, I tell a story all the time. My old manager looked at me and said, anytime a new manager come in, so he was preparing me like if I'm going to go into management, the mindset that I should have. If I apply for a manager's job and I get the manager's job, the first question that I should ask as a manager is, why was this job vacant? What happened to the old manager? Oh, he retired, moved on, okay, cool. Or he got a better position, okay, cool. But if it come back that he was fired, and you say, why was he fired? Was it something that he did, or was it because of the department? Was it poor department results? If you hear it's poor department results, you cannot trust that department that you're inheriting. It's the same thing with Matt Ryan right now. If they can ask him, Matt Ryan, to trust the person who got the last guy fired, whether it's fair or unfair, you cannot expect that from Matt Ryan.
No, I take a different approach, a different angle upon that, and there's no right or wrong. I think for this one.
Right, there's no right or wrong.
I take a different approach, and my approach to this is that, especially players who are on the long contracts, and I'm not sure what's the length of Mike Penix Jr.'s contract.
So before you say it, let me explain his contract.
Yeah,
he's on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
So he's not high valued. He's still on his rookie deal. It's nothing for you to cut bait with him.
Okay. So but contract one, is important to me.
Right?
Two, you drafted him pretty high, as in Mike Penix Jr., knowing that he had those injuries at the time. So
Okay.
a new owner, new leadership, i.e., a new football president, cannot just come in and throw out the baby with the bathwater. You can't
Oh,
dash for everybody.
Oh, yes, he can.
No, you can't. You cannot dash for everybody. You have to come in and say, all right, let's look at who we can retain. And also, I think sometimes cultures change. Like a change in culture, some people work better with others. And it didn't work with Raheem. Now you have a next leadership group. Maybe it will work, but demonstrate to me that you are worthy to carry on. That is where a new ownership, a new what is that? It's not ownership, new management structure. I would approach it.
So, Benton,
Yeah.
so you agree with what Matt Ryan said then? But that's basically what he said.
Now, Matt Ryan, no, there's one thing, I'm not necessarily agree. No, I not agree with Matt Ryan said. Matt Ryan says he's gonna dive through the roster, but him can't guarantee because that is up to the coach to decide. Fine, that is up to the coach to decide. Perfect. But I think what was important that I would have added in it, if I'm Matt Ryan, I would say Mike Penix was drafted as our quarterback. And I want to reassure Mike Penix until things change, Mike Penix is still our quarterback. That is my assessment because I come in. When I take this job, I'm coming in knowing that there is a highly drafted quarterback. Yes, he's recovering from an injury. Now he has to go through the rehab and demonstrate. And then he went on to say in the press conference that Mike has been at the facility. He's been demonstrating a lot of good work and I love it. Blah. All you have to do, say, Mike is the quarterback we drafted until things go sideways. That way I work with. That's the way I would answer that question.
I think, yeah, like I said, there's no wrong answer, but they're all one and the same. And you can equate it to we saw with Ruben Amorim and Kobe Bedu. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing.
No, it's not.
Well, I'm talking about in terms of new manager coming in. You have a player that was established before, and that new manager might choose to not support that player. It could be the same thing that happens now. And you can't fault Matt Ryan for that. That Matt Ryan will put his neck on the every that's one thing with leadership, And when as you know, everybody know. When you're in leadership, you have to make a decision one way or the other. Choosing to side with Mike Pence might be the wrong decision. And that can cost Matt Ryan his job next year.
And that's the thing. Like, you take this job knowing there was information going in.
Right.
Yeah, so I think we want leaders, it's what it is. We say, no, I definitely disagree with Mike Pence Jr. going on social media, posting a bag of things. I think that's unnecessary. You don't need for you forward now and talk about how he went through struggles. Well, heap of people go through struggles, but granted, he's a young kid, he want to tell him emotions, he want, 26 years old, he's not a young kid, he'll be 26 this year.
Yeah, it's still young though, it's still
my people go through struggles, but he need to kind of step away from the post and just kind of boom,
So to keep it football related, it's the same thing we saw when Whisper had the bust up with the TikTok guy and tell the man about his mother and all these things.
Who that?
You remember the guy, I don't know his name, but some social media guy that said something about Whisper and about him playing and whatever, and Whisper come back and say him fat and how him not making that much. He basically did what Penix did in terms of emotionally responded publicly and made a run. I can see with Penix because Penix went through this injury before, and now this is him psyching himself up. Look, football any sport is unforgiving. And it is all about what have you done for me lately. So if this will motivate you, if from Matt Ryan's perspective, if me not committing to Penix motivates Penix to be the best version of himself, well, hey, by all means, let me know that is a formula, because I will milk it. If that gives me a Super Bowl next year, I will milk it. You don't have to like me.
I mean, every 2 weeks you have got to not motivate him again, so he can turn back.
Like, we saw that with we know Jose and Lampard had their bust ups. We know that was part of their relationship coming up. We know about Jose and we hear about Jose famously make Cristiano Ronaldo cry in the locker room. These are all motivational applied by somebody. It's a game, it's a mind game, but whatever it takes to get you mentally intact and mentally focused, then by all means. Because Benton, think about it. You at 25, 26.
Junior is talking about ganja class.
No, yeah, ganja class. Yeah.
That's my name, so?
Yeah.
Jaja. Yo, alright, finish up. I could go over here, so yeah, man.
But think about you at 25, 26. You get up in the you going to bed in your big house that you bought cash. And while before you go to sleep, you check your bank account to make sure nobody scam you. Your bank account said $15 million in the bank, all yours. And then in the back of your mind, now you're saying to yourself, I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do rehab on my knee. I am getting up on a surgically fixed knee and getting up at 4 o'clock to go to a facility for them to bring me through this pain daily so I can get back to quote unquote 100%. Benton, are you getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning with 15 million in the bank account at 25?
Well, if that's what you sign up for, then yeah. I mean, it's part of the job.
Listen, this is the reason why I never made it as a professional footballer. Because if I had $15 million in my bank account and I've torn ACL, only get up if the new girl will come up a door.
See, and this is why your 16 million won't last long. You're spending out a back road. All right. Our back road I come straight to you and spend it out.
Hey, I'm with 15 million. I don't need back road. I go to high road, sir.
And the high road costs more money. This is the problem. We tell the center now, learn it. Well, I'm going to link Zion and ask himself if he pay the money. We saw Zion Williams. We saw Zion. NBA basketball off here. Yo, hundreds of thousands.
I don't know what the hell he's paying, but he's a dumbass. Big up to Anthony Edwards. You heard what Anthony Edwards did, right?
No, I didn't.
This girl got pregnant by him. Tell him say she's pregnant. He looked at her and said, I don't want the baby. She said, yeah, you're going to get the baby. Anthony Edwards said, okay. Well, hear this. Take the child support for the 18 years up front.
Okay.
Take me to court, and to go to court, and she's fighting. No, if we support the pit of 18 years, judge said, no. 18 years times this is that. Can you pay? Anthony Edwards said, of course I can pay that. I have 125 or whatever it is million contract. And you telling me I can pay 18, 20 billion, and this girl go away for life? Here you go, and go away. So the man zero the game.
Yeah, but it's publicly this one in one pitney, and he should do a test.
Hey, listen,
you know what? This show gone sideways now. I can say another thing, I don't know how the money out the road thinks of them a match works. And now score a goal now and again. It happens.
No, but forget about scoring goal. Pregnancy to me is the least of the worry.
We talk about scoring goals and you out there call name and call words.
Monster, brother. The afraid of the monster. Them body afraid of AIDS.
Hey, look, people live a normal life with antiretroviral therapy right now.
Them things there. That's why I'm glad. My wife, I hear me, that's why I'm retired out the game, because
Well,
them
I'm
thing
glad.
them thing that make me worry, man, because the
I'm
people
glad. I'm glad.
people willingly, yo, you know, like I said, the show got
Gone
the show got
sideways
the
now.
show people, this is what halftime show is for.
This is what
Listen,
happened when Marcus Collins don't show up.
I heard something, Benton. I heard something. I have to spread this information. Did you know when you link up with a girl, if she look at you and said, oh, just randomly, she has a house in Virginia, you run far. You know what I mean?
No, I do not.
The acronym, she has a house in Virginia.
Oh, you know what? you know.
Benton,
Yo,
Benton,
yo. No.
Benton, when we hear that, I was so weird. This real? She said, yeah. And so that I obviously the girl's telling me about it. And I was telling a friend for a friend. She said, if somebody look at you and say they have a house in Virginia, legally they're saying they told you their status. So if you catch it,
Actually, all right, because by the way, big up BM says, Junior, these guys live on the edge, Junior. They don't fear diseases. All right, me I go. I think a youth. I went to the New York in the 90s, early 2000. In my press gas, I wet. Him know saying did have house in Virginia. And still I wet. And was convicted of wetting when him know say him have house.
Yeah.
Cause you have some man out the road there. And not just man alone, you have some people out the road that them have things and them want to share things. Like Eddie Murphy said, some of them things there is like luggage you carry with you all over your life. Him like, yo, we don't need this luggage here. And I think him do a stretcher now unless him gone home to the ancestors. But he was diagnosed with a house in Virginia and him just a press gas, so...
You have people out there that is scarred. They made one bad decision and catch it, and they are so scarred them say, no, I have to share this with people. Oh, don't share my stress with my brother. Hey, one last story. You remember, because you're a stats man. You remember there was an Orlando doctor. There's a doctor in Orlando that was doing false numbers for HIV and STIs. This was in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it's so coincidental you bring this up right now when the big man in the money, the Microsoft creator apparently actually antibiotic.
Yeah. And his wife basically confirmed that it happened. Yo, at 2000, 2002, 2003. So FBI and Dirty Ice, be legal, leave me alone. Them time they had to I'm gonna do my green card. And you remember you have to do when we get the green card, you have to do the physical. So it's right, and I went and did the physical in Orlando. And right around that time when the brother let out the stats about how Central Florida have the highest AIDS and STI numbers per whatever.
University campuses, man.
Yeah, but it was, I think it was UCF too. I think I UCF.
Yeah, because you did their school.
So I never go UCF, but the office was in Orlando.
Yeah, but all I want to party together. Any university campus, even the Christian one, them.
Yeah.
And the religious one. Any university campus you're there near.
Yeah. Cause Fab, you have one dam there with the Paddy Foot, which was a Cohen dam one time. Lord of mercy.
So it's yeah.
But bedtime, when we gonna do the blood test, you know. And first, one thing me fret before we go to the blood test. I reach, and the doctor sit down there, and the nurse. So the nurse said you have to do like a survey or whatever. She said, "Are you sexually active?" I say, "Yeah." She said, you ever do this? You ever do that? You ever do that? I said, no. You ever do this too or whatever time? I said, well, no. And really. And she said, yeah. And then she said, did you know in recent figures in Central Florida and not Central Florida, 1 out of 5 black African Americans between the age of 16 and 23 have STI? Benton? My mother sit down, she said she could have seen the white in my face. My mother said, I never know you were like that. I said, yo, I never kind of numbers to be here. And then you start thinking, you start add number, you say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 out of 5, 5, 6, 7, 2 out of 8. And you say, Jesus, catch it. Yo, for 3 weeks, I tell myself, so I have it.
I pay a cold sweater watch you.
Man, I couldn't eat.
All maga down.
Wait that.
All maga down. Hey, and so final recommendation to all individuals out there. Plastic bags are free. Utilize them. All Yardi are Islander or all African. You will never hear this on another content. Plastic bags are free.
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 Go to the clinic
them.
and they will gladly give it to you.
Yeah,
gladly.
Plastic bag. Well, and a new government still plastic bag. You might have to start paying for plastic bag.
Well, look, we have so many different type of listeners. And when we look at the demographic, we have so many types of listeners. So part of the certain demographic will understand this. But if you have to buy, you don't have the money, certain demographic, we have a bag of Publix bag in a
Yeah, man. Yep.
Use the Publix bag.
Use them.
Serious about that.
Use the plastic bag, them. Use it. All right, let's get to some sports roundup. Thank you for joining us. EFL Cup final is set. Man City versus Arsenal. Man City defeated Newcastle 5-1. On aggregate, Arsenal defeated Chelsea 4-2. On aggregate, Junior, March 22nd is the final. Your thoughts on the semi-finals? And
I mean, today's semi-final, Man City versus Newcastle was a foregone conclusion. I don't think Eddie Howe was serious about that game because he started Voldemir on the bench, which for me was
I think
crazy.
this is the level of Voldemir. He started him on the bench other day in the Premier League. I think there's a buyer's remorse regarding Voldemir talking about German Messi.
Well, know that your big baller is now injured. He went down with a hamstring injury today, Anthony Gordon. So you know in desperate times.
I mean,
right?
I think at the end of the day, you might need to try. So you signed the youth from Spurs, Jacob Ramsey. From Villa, Jacob Ramsey. You have Wissa. Now, if you can get Maga Wissa or Skinny Wissa going, because I think that Wissa since that injury. If you look at Wissa at Brentford and look at Wissa now, Wissa ate too much fried dumpling.
Yeah, and he missed so many chances today.
Yeah, he looks like he's a bit out of sort, and so. But Ilanga scored a good goal today. So
then miss a sitter right 5 minutes after.
And so you have Valdamid who's just like he doesn't fit well with that front three.
Yeah.
So.
No, but that's a fit problem. But I think this final it can either catapult Arsenal to the rarefied air that they are trying to go to for the last 5 to how many years under Arteta, or I think it can sink Arteta. I really don't think there's a half and half for Arteta and Arsenal's trophy aspirations. everybody is signaling, and where there's smoke, there's fire. Everybody is signaling this is Pep's last year. So Pep is going to put everything into this final. Everything into this final. So this will be the best time for Arteta to exercise the demons, even though he has won an FA Cup. But that FA Cup, I don't really count it because that was in first season and just waltz into it. This winning this Cordoba Cup could catapult them to a triple. It really can. It really can. But if they don't win it, I think it can hurt them to not even win a trophy this year. So that is how significant I think this final is. And I think all of the pundits were saying this is Man City's one chance to win a title, some trophy this year. They don't see them winning the FA Cup. They don't see them winning the Premier League. They don't see them winning the Champions League. So this is Pep's one chance to win a trophy this year, and he doesn't want to retire trophyless. So a lot is riding on this game. A lot more than the game is worth.
I mean, it should be a good football game. I mean, definitely watch along for that game. But a lot can happen between now and then. I mean, injuries. Yeah. Hopefully, both teams will be fully loaded for that game. Have all the players playing well and available. As for the Arteta scenario or situation, things can go great, and victories breed confidence. More victories, the more games you win, the more trophy you can win, the more you start believing that you belong. And yeah, I mean that victory or winning this trophy will then, I think, help them immensely in the Premier League. But it's a delicate balance because at the end of the day, this is just plastic trophy. The Premier League is the ultimate prize. So if at the schedule, and I don't know the Premier League schedule in March 22nd, 23rd, around that window. If Arsenal has a big game and has been a struggle, I bend some of my players them if it is EFL Cup and focus on the Premier League, and if the gap has closed between them and the pack by March 22nd, and they need to win a game to continue to separate from the pack. That's what I'm focusing on if I'm Mikel Arteta, not this EFL Cup. The Premier League is a central target for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta.
So you're willing to sacrifice the Cordoba Cup to move the pressure more to the not that winning the Cordoba Cup will take the pressure off that winning the Premier League. I'm not implying that, but I think winning the Cordoba Cup will make winning the Premier League easier. But you're right, we don't know what the Premier League team will be like. But if the Premier League table is there and at that point Arsenal have a 15-point lead, then who cares at that point?
Yeah, you don't.
So it depends. It
and
really
if it tightens at that point, and you have one striker who, I mean, for me, I don't have a problem sacrificing an EFL Cup for a Premier League. I mean, because ultimately, you don't get in this position too often, i.e., to lead the Premier League in a match if you're Arsenal. I mean, win the thing. That is where everyone, all hands on deck. Now, granted, the more trophies you can win, the better it is for your season. Yeah. But if coming around the EFL Cup final, the gap has closed, as in teams you suffered defeats in the Premier League, and your players unhealthy or unwell, and I am focusing on trying to maintain a lead in the Premier League and forget the CFL Cup.
That that's really, that discussion I'm having is not a simple discussion. It's really that's a matter of not, it's not even priorities. It's a matter of focus, or it's a matter of approach. And you can have different approaches to it. But that's a tough. The more I think about it, that's a tough decision. And because you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, no, we don't know, sir. If Mikel Arteta don't win the Premier League this year, then he might get He might get. Now he can win EFL Cup from now till next year, and if he wins the EFL Cup but doesn't win the Premier League, that's not good enough.
It's not good enough, but it could have been worse.
No, I don't see Mikel Arteta. I don't say if Mikel Arteta exit this season just winning the EFL Cup, Arsenal fans are gonna yam him.
Yeah, but it could have been worse. No,
worse is and then management upstairs will probably have to reevaluate. Do they have them? He might not be here after this season if they don't win the Premier League.
I agree.
So how could it be worse than that?
Yes, it could be worse than that.
No win the trophy.
You don't win the trophy and get fired.
Yeah.
Hey, if it's one thing Ten Hag can say about his Manchester United something is what? I want a trophy every year.
And that every year.
Yeah. He won a trophy to both years.
Where is he now? Is he coaching?
It doesn't matter. But he can I think he won the EFL Cup this first year, I think.
You see, this is the aberration in football. Alright, regarding this EFL Cup, the one question is that Pep Guardiola said that he doesn't understand this rule. Mark Guehi not allowed to play in the EFL Cup final. And he's gonna ask leadership to make a request to have, to the EFL, to the FA, to have Mark Guehi allowed to play. Because he's like, it's my player. We signed the player. We pay the player. Why isn't the player allowed to play for us?
Well,
he says, I understand the rule that Antoine Semenyo, I understand the rule that he couldn't play in the second leg because he joined the club after that. But it's still my player. That's a month away, or not a month and a little bit away. Why can't he play in that final?
It's a legit question. It's a legit argument. I don't care one way or the other. Because I know people go and draw Semenyo and say, because Semenyo can play.
Semenyo can play.
So what's the difference? And then people explain the rules and the timing or whatever. And I don't care. Long story short, Pep Guardiola, he's not playing. So you can put it up, you can make it official and blah 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 and request. Years down the line, when the next transfer happen, they're going to say, thanks to Pep Guardiola, player X is able to play in the Cardova Cup final after being transferred in on deadline day in January. But I think the FA going to look at him and say, okay, Pep, all right, go away. Unless they really hate Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't agree to Arsenal. Arsenal is carrying the hope of the rest of the Premier League. The transfer news recap. Cristiano Ronaldo over in Al Nassr is pissed off. He's angry about lack of investment in his club. I mean, Sadio Mane is there, Cristiano.
He want more. No, the Ronaldo fanboys.
Sadio Mane is there, Cristiano. I mean, I think he wanted Karim Benzema. Karim Benzema ended up going to Al Hilal.
I think this is true because we can't really trust AI. But you heard what Benzema said about Al Hilal, right?
No. Well, did I hear or did AI say it?
I think there's a post by Karim Benzema saying he's at the Real Madrid after Saudi League or something like that. No, but the Ronaldo fanboys and fan ladies will say, Ronaldo is just motivated and he's trying to win and blah, blah, blah. And then the Ronaldo haters going to say, Ronaldo can't satisfied in making all his money. Why don't he use some of his money and bring in a player then? And the truth is somewhere in the middle. A player is has a right to voice his displeasure with the movement and the momentum of the team. But he can cross the line, and the line was crossed when he refused to play.
Let's look at the Al Nassr squad. Cristiano Ronaldo, João Felix, Kingsley Coman, Sadio Mane, Martinez, the defender who was at Barcelona. John Duran was there. I think John Duran was probably on his way out.
Thank God.
And some other people that win. Is that not enough for the general to win a trophy, Junior?
I swear I'm not coming from a Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy perspective. I can't tell a player how to feel about his team. If the player want to be stronger, be stronger. If you have an opportunity to create the monsters from NBA, from what is show name? The Michael Jordan basketball show. From Space Jam. If you could create the monsters from Space Jam, are you going to say, you know what? Instead of giving me the fifth monster, give me this blind pit to come play for the team? No. In the spirit of competition, I want to win. And if I can influence where I can create a super all-star team, I'm going to do that. That's the spirit of competition. Now, he crossed the line, though, when he refused to play. You cannot do. And I don't care who you are, Cristiano Ronaldo or Leo Messi or Brathwaite. From you say you're not playing, brother, you're off the team. Go away. And that should be, there should be some ramification for that. Because it's not like the next Cristiano Ronaldo is going to come around every day. However, a player is going to feel like he has the balls so he can do the same thing.
I mean, Ronaldo is somewhat. All right, there are certain players. These two players are bigger than the leagues they're in. Lionel Messi is bigger than the MLS. And Cristiano Ronaldo is bigger than the Saudi Pro League. And Saudi Pro League people them can come at me. The reason why the Saudi Pro League is where it is because Cristiano Ronaldo went there and attracted all these players.
Right.
And the Saudi Investment Fund, PIF, lured Cristiano Ronaldo and the Saudi Investment Fund controls the transfer of players to these respective clubs. So Cristiano Ronaldo is not the first person to say his team is not getting players. In fact, you remember a few years ago on BCN Sports, well, formerly Ballchat, the coach, I think at the time of Al Ittihad, said that, how am I supposed to compete when all these teams are getting, he used Tigers, and I have llamas or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, how are we supposed to compete? And so here's Cristiano Ronaldo now saying the same thing. I want to win a trophy. And I think the big issue is that John Duran did not probably materialize as they hoped. And now John Duran leave, and they didn't really replace him.
Right.
So, but who really watch the Saudi Pro League? That's the far right.
Yeah, and that is my. It's cool, okay, and it makes news, and people. Ronaldo is such a polarizing figure that he's going to pull emotions one way or the other. But at the end of the day, who cares? And if you're not over there, who cares? So whatever. I know there's going to be somebody that watches Saudi Pro League and say, I care. Okay, well.
You know what? This is BCN Sports. We cover all sports. You know what? I've been watching the Saudi Pro League for coverage. Our Saudi Pro League fans don't unsubscribe. Alright, Adebal and Lukman. I'm going to give you wall-to-wall coverage of the Saudi Pro League. We're going to give you wall-to-wall coverage. I'm running through some of the transfers. Yeah. Lukman, probably the big deal transfer over to Atletico Madrid.
Yep.
Didn't really see this one coming. Looking at probably 30 to 40 million, maybe $50 million approximately is the deal. Till 2030 though.
Nothing wrong with that.
You can't make that commitment there to Diego Simeone's side to Atletico Madrid to 2030. That's 4 years from now.
Yeah, but it make it easier to transfer him.
Adamal Lookman should be at a team that is winning trophies.
Well, a team that is winning trophies doesn't see the value in him.
And then it's unfortunate that AC Milan or somebody went over in Italy, didn't, up in the upper echelon at the table, did make a run. Hello, Mr. Antonio Conte, who keeps losing football games. Adamal Lookman could help you out.
Hello. Antonio Conte is. I'm big up to Alistair Johnson. Just subscribed. Just got the notification. Big up Alistair Johnson.
Well, Junior, highlighting the subscribers as we go along.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't mind I call out his name. But Animal Lookman. Oh, wait a minute, Bendan. What country is Lookman from?
Nigerian, the one and only.
And which team does Conte coach?
Napoli.
Was there ever a Nigerian that recently played for Napoli?
Victor Osimhen.
How the hell did that go, Benton?
Did you see how Lookman wild up Osimhen at the AFCON? In fact, the Lawrence should be saluting Lookman and said, "Come on over for wild up."
Wait. Wasn't it Napoli's owner that said them no want transfer in no more African? You forget?
Yeah, but he has. Let me look at this Napoli side. He did say that, but let me look at the players. Lukaku is there.
Lukaku is not African, sir. Try again. Da-da-dee.
You have Nosa Edwards, who's a Nigerian.
And he's in prison right now.
No, he's actually down at Empoli. It's hard to find one.
Exactly. So you will not find a more anti-African team right now than Napoli. You just won't. So no.
Oh, you have Aguiza. Aguiza, who is a Cameroonian player who was instrumental in Cameroon making it not out of the group. He was at the AFCON. And actually, Aguiza has been quite good for them. But I guess he fits the quota.
Daddy.
All right, so continue our transfer news roundup because Jamaican fans they want to talk about Jamaicans. Let's get to Philippe, Jean-Philippe Mateta before we go over to Jamaica.
What's up about Mateta for?
Because, just the background with the story. I mean, he put in a transfer request.
Yeah.
Ended up going over to AC Milan and failed the physical.
Yep.
What a bread of salt. So now he's stuck back at Crystal Palace, who ended up signing, I think, 2 strikers.
But if he has a knee problem, I think you have more worries than whether you're going to play for Crystal Palace or not. You need to get healthy.
Julia, he's been playing football for Crystal Palace for the last...
And he's not healthy.
For the last, 5-6 months. And that's been quite impactful.
And he's not healthy. He needs to get healthy.
I want to know what type of physical they're conducting over AC Milan.
He's not healthy.
Yo, Luka Modric passed the physical over Milan. We sit here and watch Philippe Mateta run up and down week in and week out in the fastest league in the world, in the English Premier League, and he can't pass a physical over Milan, and Luka Modric did.
Well, maybe there is a color.
I mean, there's just something that is just crazy with this transfer, and I feel bad for the youth.
Nah.
Feel bad for the youth.
Nah.
Feel bad for the youth. All right, Jamaican transfer news. Dujan Whisper Richards. Let's get it over with. He's on his way to Leicester City on loan for the remainder of the season. from Chelsea. I mean, it's something that you have been advocating for years.
They should have done that last year.
From year upon year upon year upon year.
Should have done it last year.
I'll be looking forward to watch this Leicester City team though, because remember, Leicester City was interested in signing Mikel Antonio, and then he picked up an injury in one of the games.
But what is it about Leicester? I remember Leicester had Demari Gray years ago, and he's still there, right? Is it Gray back there?
No, it's they have Bobby Reed now.
Bobby Reed. But where was Bailey Kadatamari?
Bailey Kadamari was, I can't remember the club where it was. It wasn't Leicester. I don't
sure
think
it wasn't Leicester?
I don't think it was Leicester.
And I could be wrong. I was in Sheffield. Maybe it was Sheffield. What is Sheffield team? Never know. Maybe it was nice. But where I'm going with it is Leicester just seems so disorganized to me. Something
Why?
about
Because
Leicester.
some have Jamaicans?
No, come on, better.
I mean, you highlighted Bailey Kadamari was at, let me get this up for you. He was at Sheffield Wednesday on loan for Lincoln City.
It's Sheffield.
And now he's
yeah.
at Wrexham.
Yeah. It's Sheffield. I someone thought it was coming from Leicester. I was trying to angle towards one Jamaican out, one Jamaican in. That's where I was going to angle towards.
Yeah,
if that was the case. Yeah. So, but I look, Leicester. You know what? Let me not poo-poo it. I hope Whisper goes there and plays right off the bat. But there is a feeling that he might go there and play for the under-21s. Which, to me, will just be a waste of time. And if he plays for the under-21s at Leicester, if his first game is at the under-21s, where it's not like he's playing a warm-up game or he's playing a get-fit game, or if his first game is for the under-21s, then I have to ask the question, why was he leaving Chelsea in the first place? Why never going to stay at Chelsea and play for the under-21 side?
No, but this is a big man football in my play right now, right?
We don't know. We don't know. We hope. But when anytime you have a transfer of a young player from a big club going into a lesser club, playing in a lesser division, if that player is one for the future, that player is being transferred in with some stipulations where he's expected to play at least 800 minutes for the rest of the year. He's expected to play on the right wing. He's expected to develop crossing. Right? There should be something there that says this is the reason why you're being transferred to develop. That's why you're going on loan. And by all indication, it didn't feel that way. I'm going off the reports by what his agent said and everything. It didn't feel that way to me. Hopefully I am wrong. But I'm just hoping that he gets the opportunity to play. He go out there and get a legit opportunity to play. I'm hoping that it's not a director of football scout or him little party and say, yo, you owe me a favor, give this youth a chance. And the coaching staff is not on board. I'm hoping everybody is on board and see him as a legitimate option to help Leicester achieve something this year. Because that's the only way we'll get better.
BM pointing out that Damari Greer was at Leicester City in 2016, part of that Leicester City team. So there is your Jamaica connect with Damari Greer.
Yeah, but I know he was there before, but I thought he went back there. But where's Damari now? Birmingham? I don't even know where Damari plays. I know he's back in England. I know he's back in England, but I just don't remember.
I think for Whisper, I mean, we always, and most people always say this, like for young players, the growth and development is essentially playing, getting valuable minutes on the field, and Whisper will get that opportunity. They need a striker. They need somebody who can play wide. They were looking for somebody more experienced, but now they have somebody young who's hungry. So he will get an opportunity to, and I expect him to get some minutes this weekend. I expect him to get some minutes this weekend in the championship. This is championship football. You don't need to learn no system. They just try to win some ball games and try to get promotion.
But it's a grind, though.
It's a grind, but
It's a grind.
if you're going to play a top flight professional football, you have to get into that grind.
Yeah.
And you have to get into that grind. And so this is part of the development of the player. So the U21 thing has run its course. Time to step up now to big man football consistently.
Yeah.
And we're wishing him all the best. Because we do expect him to make some noise in the championship.
Yep.
Expect him to make some noise.
His talent is immense. So
Yeah.
he should if given the right opportunity, and if his head is right, he's supposed to do well in the league.
Yeah, man. I do expect him to make some noise in the So it's a loan deal to the end of the season. I'll be watching Championship Leicester City this weekend. Normally I don't.
You have a reason for watch though.
I'll watch it this weekend. Normally I don't. In fact, normally BCN Sports don't cover championship football. Other than come do Yard Ballers report. Yeah, come on, I don't want to watch them. Billy Kadamari over at Wrexham. Thoughts on that one?
Look, Wrexham is a hype team, but they have aspirations. So
When you say Wrexham is a hype team, what do you mean?
well, we know that they're owned by Ryan Reynolds and not Little, but the other actor. I don't remember the other actor name right now, but
Yeah, Reynolds and
whoever right here. But they are
Rob
I don't Ryan.
Yeah. But they're doing quite well in this championship. Their growth has been, no wonder there's a documentary on Wrexham series on FX or whatever channel it's on.
Right. So Bailey Kanatamari now is going into that answers. Is he ready?
I mean, come on, it's another thing again. You're 20 years old. If you want to play a big league ball game, time for you to step up to the video. Wrexham is better than Southampton in the championship, sitting in 6th position.
Yep.
Southampton should be ashamed in 14th. Wrexham better than Leicester City, way down in 17th position. Portsmouth should be ashamed. All these clubs. So Bailey Calamari couldn't be at a better place. Because they're on the cusp of either making it to the championship playoff or making an automatically qualification to the Premier League. And here's your chance, Bailey. Here's your chance to go score some goals, make a nice, and then help this team make it to the Premier League.
Yep. And can build him celebrity.
Yeah. Yo, Southampton are real dopey outside,
It's hard. It's hard to get relegated for the
And
Premier League.
Swansea, look at Swansea. Swansea in 16th position. I wonder if my little man the Pitney still over there, Jordan Ayew. Or what the brother name? Not Jordan.
Andre Ayew.
Yeah, the baller one. I be the Pele Pitney them. Yo, there was a time when Swansea did roll some serious ball,
Yep.
Look at there now. Look at. All right,
The biggest one to me is Portsmouth. I would never forget Portsmouth.
I wonder what to Lula.
But they're probably still on somewhere right now for a veranda and go and chill out this stuff.
And Julius Caesar.
Yeah, Julius Caesar. You have a Papa. What about for Senegal here, the midfielder, one tall one?
Yeah, man, yeah, man,
Papa
Papa
Cisse.
do up.
Papa Duop, yeah.
Yeah, man, Papa. Hey, yo, Papa do up, I come through, no boy, move. Hey, you can't stop that, you know.
Yep. Them on the side, and them invest big and learn the hard way. You can't buy success, brother. Cannot buy success.
BM pointed out that Birmingham is where Damari is, and he
Yeah,
came through their youth academy. He did say though, my only concern for Whisper. Remember, Whisper had surgery and was out for a year. Yes, he was. My only concern with the Leicester City move is that wasn't that comment to move fast. Can't see it now. Only concern is that Whisper wasn't dominating in the U21. I hope it works out. So BM says he wasn't dominating the U21. He hope it works out.
He scored some goals. He was a lot younger then. I think before he got injured, he was like 18. It was 18, 19, right?
I think it's growth. It's growth. Growth in the game. I think. Yeah, it's a very valid point. It's growth in the game.
But the World Cup,
we sat here and watched Omari Hutchinson play some serious ball in a Chelsea under 21. And sometimes I see Omari Hutchinson, a big man now, I'm like, he must spin a roll and the foolishness. But what we have seen is that Omar also has grown. He find a place now over at Forest, and it seems like he has come into his own. Like, this is the best. This is as good as it gets. Whereas when he was at where the blue side name, the tractor side, last year in our Premier League when they get relegated.
yeah, something Kieran McKenna side, right?
Yeah, Kieran McKenna side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, the tractor side with them artists.
I don't think it's.
So stuff like that. It's Ipswich.
Ipswich, yeah.
Yeah, when he was at Ipswich, they expected him to be that guy, right? And he did score a goal here, as goals here or there, but he's not.
But he did well in the championship though.
Did well in the championship.
So it shows that that's a rubric that Whisper and his supporters should look at and say, look at Omari Hutchinson right now in the Premier League, and remember what Omari Hutchinson did in the championship. So we have to measure it with some cautiousness, but you also have something to aspire to. So if you have aspirations to play the Premier League at a certain level, you know what you should look like in the championship because you have a recent rubric that you can go by. So wish them all the best here, man.
I think BM says what? Ego out of this world. I don't know if I whisper matter. Yeah, I mean the ego thing. If I whisper, BM attack.
No, Amar.
Oh, okay.
I both. But I don't know about Whisper Ego. All I know is him had that one little bust up with why don't they Ganja Claus or whatever him want name. But apart from that, it's just hearsay. And
it's hard for me to humble yourself when everybody act like, Jamaica, we elevate players before them reach, and somehow we at least,
That too.
We have them as stars. All right, transfer news roundup. Any other transfer news? There was a report that reggae girl Davia Richards, right? Moved to Serbia, but I could not find anything on the club itself. So we don't really want if Davia they're Serbia, big up yourself.
Check her Instagram and see if she's supposed to picture us though.
Alright, the side is this is some pictures here, but I'm not say
well, I mean that will confirm soon.
Yeah, we don't know. So if she there over south, good luck. Whoever she did that world, good luck to her. Definitely a good looking player. Big up yourself, Davia. Any other transfer you want to touch before we take ourselves?
Nah. It was a boring January transfer window.
All right. Transfer lock. Under 17 tournament, Junior, quickly. Before we go on, the young Reggae Girls advanced to the final round. They secured a final match there, a victory over Honduras to book a place in the last round to try to get to the women's under 17 World Cup. And then the men's under 17 tournament kicks off. It's yesterday actually. Young Reggae Boys playing in Group G with Aruba, Canada, Cayman. Winner of the group automatically goes to the World Cup.
Yeah, so
and who are coach aside? Wendell Downs when we here.
Which we did talk about that as a perfect retirement plan for Wendell.
Yeah, because I think the minister, Mr. President, Prezi, did acknowledge that Wendell will be helping out with the boys U17. Yeah. He's retiring from his previous role as technical director. No one in Jamaica football is not going nowhere. I Wendell to that technical director. And I am a Reno fan. Big up yourself, Wendell, because you don't know. The man is supposed to be in Reno's Hall of Fame when we build it. Because he did an exceptional job to take Reno to the hill, to the summit twice in the Premier League. But Wendell Downs was a technical director, man. I'm a coach. Technical director of our entire program. You know, a madman.
I don't know Wendell Downs well personally, so
he does have a very lengthy CV. He's a very educated youth.
So if there's somebody that can learn to be a technical director, it's him.
He did, because remember when BM brought up Bolton earlier. Because you remember when Bibi Gardner did go at Bolton. Wendell Downswell joined up was part of the staff of Sam Allardyce and was learning. And then he went on some other... So he did go on these different... I want to call them excursions. If we go get license on this. But technical director, Bridget, no wonder the program now grow.
He went on... Look, so what? You need a white man for run the program for it grow?
No, we need a competent black man. Because the program now grow. So that, because I struggle to see growth in Jamaica's football on a national scale. The technical director is responsible for the oversight of all programmatic development.
Yeah, but before Jamaica can have a unified direction in football, we have to have a unified direction in coaches. We have to have a unified direction in you can't have one coach, Craig Butler, attack against the federation constantly, but he's so influential in Jamaican football. The technical director lost at that point. So there's too much tug-of-war going on, and it doesn't matter who the technical director is at that point. If you cannot unite everybody under one umbrella just to have a conversation, you don't think you can do for the football. So give up on it. Just give up on it.
Yeah, BM says he was talking about Ronaldo's ego.
Yeah.
So it's not Whisper's ego in my time.
Oh, Ronaldo?
What?
Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Ronaldo
ego.
Yeah.
Ronaldo ego. He said
I call it.
And BM rightfully point out the comments have moved too fast.
I call it old age.
Yeah, but he also said that he feels that Bailey Kadamari is overhyped.
Possibly. I mean, time will tell because we will learn that at Wrexham. We won't forget that Bailey's played at Wrexham.
And actually, I watched some of the Wrexham games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you're going to be reminded. We're going to wait. Why Bailey not play? Where Bailey there? Free up Bailey. Oh, that's why they don't play him because I put him on. Watch him over about shoelace the backside. Hey, before we cut, because we don't have time for cut now, but
Yeah.
you saw this is look, it's like this is the week of reports. You saw that Steve Bruce said that he swore Jamaica hired the wrong Steve. And he was supposed to get the Jamaica job instead of Steve McLaren.
What?
And he said, yes, the man said in our interview.
Wait, before you even said that, the Youth 17 tournament, before you even go over this.
Yeah.
What, you don't have nothing to say about the Youth 17 tournament.
No, you just wish them all the best. But Jamaica, for all of these leagues right now, where Jamaica is we are in CONCACAF for these tournaments. We are good until Canada, Mexico, America. That's where we are right now in development. So we just need to get over that hump. And it can't be every blue moon.
So we need to link your brethren. Name the coach aside last time.
Oh,
Alti.
well,
So Alti is still part of his staff?
I think so, yeah. I think it's still a part of the stuff.
All right, now to Steve Bruce. You were saying Steve Bruce
Yeah,
said...
Steve Bruce said in an interview that he is pretty sure Jamaica hired the wrong Steve. 'Cause he said he had a great interview. He didn't call name because I don't remember the name. But he said he had a great interview and he was pretty sure he was getting the job. And he said that even after they announced that they hired Steve McLaren, he said he called the guy and said, "Hey, are you sure you called the right Steve?" No, Benton.
Former Newcastle and Manchester United defender Steve Bruce was in advanced talks to become the new manager of Jamaica. Despite being a serious contender for the role after the resignation, Bruce ultimately missed out on the job to fellow Steve McLaren.
Seriously, and he said it in the interview, and he said he's pretty sure he was the one that was supposed to get the job. And he even said that he's still interested in the job. So, look, I don't know if
That probably would have been a better hire, Junior.
Yeah, because he's younger, I guess. But he's younger by 4 or 5 years, maybe. I don't know what the hell. But I just find it funny. And if it was any other team, you would think Steve Bruce is delusional.
Okay, he says, all right. He says, Junior, this is on Talk Sports in an interview.
Yeah, it was Talk Sports. Yeah, it was Talk Sports, yeah.
Yeah, he says, quote, the last time in 2024 I thought I was getting it, then all of a sudden Steve McLaren has pipped me to it. So I did ring the guy and I say to him, have you been talking to the wrong Steve? Got mixed up or something happened? Obviously he gave it to Steve McLaren.
So Benton.
On Jamaica, he added, back in the time, all they wanted to do was qualify for the World Cup. They had an outstanding chance because, obviously, America, Canada, Mexico are automatically qualified. When you look at the players that Jamaica have got, they have got a lot of players who play in England for a start. So it might have been something that would have been interesting to me. Certainly, an international job at my age, maybe we'll see. End quote.
So Benton, again, if it was some other team, you would think Steve is being delusional. But just because of JFF and Jamaica, You know, there's a freaking possibility that it's true that they're via the rank, Steve.
That is funny.
You do, because if you remember, we even joked about it when Speed at the press conference was talking about the Manchester United affiliation, which granted, Steve McLaren was a part of the coaching staff at Manchester United, and he's a part of Alex Ferguson coaching tree. But the Manchester United affiliation was a big part of the news conference. And guess what? Steve Bruce is a Manchester United former great. It is really a strong possibility that they hired the wrong freaking Steve.
But BM says, is Steve Bruce better than McLaren? I don't
Which
think so.
probably not. Probably not. I would have said, but I just think it's funny that could have been. It's funny that Jamaica's lack of qualification to the World Cup could be because they sent the email to the wrong Steve. And when they found out that they make a mistake, the pride could have said, sorry, brother, wrong guy.
No, but one thing that stood out to me is that these coaches are looking at the Jamaican job, or looked at the Jamaican job, and saw it. Those who were interested in international coaching stint, and saw it as an opportunity to qualify for the World Cup. He said in that interview, he said, look at the squad they had or have, and Mexico, Canada, and America automatically qualify. So he's like, this should be easy.
Yep.
So, and here we are.
Yep. Steve McLaren thought the same thing. QSO should be easy.
BM pointed out that Steve Bruce was last sacked from League One club Blackpool in 2025.
Yeah. So I'm not saying Steve Bruce was better, but it's just funny. That was just a funny revelation.
I mean, maybe they did mix up the two Steves.
But to give Coach Speed his props, he did talk about Steve McLaren and the Eredivisie. So it's not like it was up until introducing Steve McLaren. They still thought it was Steve Bruce. I'm not insinuating that. No, that would be funny. No, that would have been funny. But Rudolph Speed did talk about Steve McLaren's Eredivisie record at FC20.
So I wonder what that phone call was like where Steve Bruce called up the guy. I guess the guy may have been Rudolph Speed to see if did he mix it. He said, I did ring the guy and say to him, have you been talking to the wrong Steve?
So, you know what though? So, I don't know if this is common practice, right? But GFF, this make it look better, you know. You know why? Normally, when you apply for a job and you get to the final interview, when you are not awarded the job, some communication should have happened. So why is Steve Bruce calling and saying, yo, you sure you're the right person? You should have been the first person to know you're not getting the job. So, but that's it. God.
Yeah. Big up to all those who joined us on the live. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Sorry if we're not energized today. No NFL discussion. Super Bowl on Sunday. We'll hopefully get Marcus's recap next week after the big event. EPL watch along this weekend.
Well, they have playoffs this weekend.
Man City versus Liverpool. Big game. And for all the cricket lovers, line up in yourself. Cricket World Cup kicks off this weekend. BCN Sports ready, lock and loaded. Full coverage. Junior, good luck in your playoffs, family.
Yeah, man,
and don't set any extra picket roll and knock over the youth them.
Well, today we talk about playing aggressive because there are girls that I think this is my first time coaching girls, so I have to get used. I have to get used to. I can't talk hard at them. Them ask a bag of questions, so I have to get used to it. I have to remind them like, look, if the referee calls foul on you, it's not a bad thing. Calling foul on you is a part of the game. Don't act like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, knock them in the boat. So.
Big up BM. BM says Sunday again. Big up family. Big up. Have a wonderful Thursday, wonderful rest of the week, family. Good luck, Junior, in the playoffs. Steve Bruce, we need to link you. Hear wish Steve them interview over Jamaica.
Steve Bruce on the... Later.